Well, the latest global CEO survey conducted by PwC provided some insights into what's occupying company leaders' minds. African-based CEOs say they are slightly less confident of their company's own growth in the next year, of course, and that's slightly down on the data from last year and below the global average. Only 19% of them expect global economic growth to improve in the next 12 months, 10 points below the global average. Angelo Coppola spoke to Dion, Shango, the CEO of PwC Southern Africa.
The breakdown of CEOs that you did speak to in the survey, huge amount of the numbers sitting outside of Africa. How many were in Africa and how did it break down, and what were the key issues that jumped out at you in terms of Africa?
In total, around 40 CEOs out of the 1,400 odd that were surveyed around the world are Africa and South Africa based, predominantly South Africa. And they're telling us that they continue to see ahead stagnant GDP growth. They are continue to seeing the impact of a severe drought here in South Africa, probably the worst drought on record. And also that exchange rate volatility continues to be something that makes it extremely difficult for them to plan and also execute on their strategies.
In Africa, and specifically in South Africa, hot topic has been for some time now is the turbulence, but also corruption, fraud, and this criminality that seems to be pervading our society. Tell us a bit about what CEOs are thinking about that.
I think the way that CEOs have communicated some of their concern with the political space and the political discourse is in how they express their views on geopolitical uncertainty. It is something that is definitely top of mind for most CEOs based particularly in South Africa.
Now, PwC has been running this CEO survey internationally for a number of years now. Tell me a little bit about it, and what was the key issue that jumped out at you? This
year's survey marks the 20th anniversary of us conducting this global annual CEO survey. The thing that I found most interesting about the themes that emerged from this year's survey are the views that are building up about the real and true impact of advances in technology, as well as the impact on the world of globalization. In other words, have the effects of globalization and the benefits that have come from globalization been spread as evenly and as fairly as what they could have been.
Now, you talk about technology and human interaction. What were the CEOs concerned about? What's kind of directing their thought processes here?
One of the themes that comes out is that CEOs are thinking continually about how you make man and machine work more harmoniously together. Against the context of the so-called fourth industrial revolution, the next wave of thinking really tries to deal with, yes, technology has generally been good for mankind and good for the world and has allowed us to really enjoy some great benefits. But what challenges does that pose in terms of mankind, jobs? How do you coexist and make sure that the relationship between man and technology is something that is overall positive for the world?